All right, here is question number 9. The question number 9 has A, B, and C parts. Let's begin with A part. The A part, we are asked to make m the subject of the formula m equal to the square root of n minus m squared f plus 1 divided by d minus n, and hence evaluate m as n is equal to 3, f equal to 4, and d equal to 8. Some people might think m is already the subject. No, m is just partially subject here because we have another m inside. So we have to make sure all of the m's are outside. All right, let's begin by squaring both sides just to eliminate the square root. We have m squared equal to n minus m squared f plus 1 divided by d minus n. Let's multiply both sides by d minus n to clear the fractions. So we have d minus n multiplied by m squared. This is equal to n minus m squared f plus 1. Now let us add negative n squared m to both sides. So we add it to the left hand side. We still have d minus n multiplied by m squared. Then we add m squared f. Then the right hand side we have n plus 1. Now we're going to factor out m squared here because we have m squared in both terms. So we have m squared outside. Inside from the first time we only have d minus n. From the second time we have f plus f. And this is equal to n plus 1. Now we're going to divide both sides by d minus n plus f so that we have m squared to the left hand side equal to n plus 1 divided by d minus n plus f. Now we're going to take the square root of both sides because we are looking for only m. Therefore, m is equal to plus or minus the square root of n plus 1 divided by d minus n plus f. And hence, m is now the subject of this equation. But remember, we are asked to find the value of m as what? N equal to 3, f equal to 4, and d equal to 8. So when we have these values, we are going to substitute. Therefore, m will now be equal to plus or minus the square root of n is 3. So we have 3 plus 1 to the top. Divided by d is 8 minus n is 3. Then plus f, and f is 4. This is equal to plus or minus the square root of, to the top we have 4. To the bottom we have 8 minus 3 plus 4, which is equal to 9. Finally, m is equal to plus or minus 2 divided by 3 because square root of 4 is 2 and square root of 9 is 3. And this is all about the A part. Now let us go to B part. The B part reads, if R varies inversely as the cube of S and R is equal to 8 when S is equal to 4, we are asked to find S when R is equal to 512 divided by 216. So let's begin. It stated that R is inversely proportional to cube of S, that's S to the power of 3, which implies that R is equal to K divided by S to the power of 3. Now let us first of all find the value of K by multiplying both sides by S to the power of 3. So we have K equal to S to the power of 3 multiplied by R. So what is S? We have seen that S is equal to 4 and R is equal to 8. So k is equal to 4 to the power of 3 multiplied by 8. And k is nothing but 512. So what is the relationship? We want to write s in terms of r. From this equation, we can substitute the value of k. R is equal to 512 divided by s to the power of 3. From here, we can make s the subject, which implies that s to the power of 3 is equal to 512 divided by r. But we are given r as 512 divided by 216. So therefore, s to the power of 3 is equal to 512. We can multiply by the reciprocal either. So we take 216 divided by 512. 216 divided by 512. You can see 512 will cancel 512. We have s cubed equal to 216. And what is s? S is just the cube root of 216. And finally, s is equal to 6. And this is just the value of s. This is all about the B part. Let us move on to the C part. The C part, we are asked to differentiate y equal to the cube root of x to the power of 4. Y equal to the cube root of x to the power of 4, which implies that y is equal to x to the power of 4 divided by 3. We can write it like this. So remember that if y is equal to x to the power of n, dy divided by dx will be equal to nx raised to the power of n minus 1. So if we apply the same thing, we have dy over dx equal to our n is 4 divided by 3, x raised to the power of 4 divided by 3 minus 1. Well, you know 1 can be written as 3 divided by 3 just to have common denominators. Therefore, this is equal to 4 divided by 3, x to the power of 1 over 3. And x to the power of 1 over 3 is the same thing as cube root of x. Finally, dy over dx is nothing but 4 divided by 3 multiplied by the cube root of x. And this is just the solution to the last problem. Now let us move on to question number 10.